The legend has come back. Wrestlepalooza. Wrestlepalooza was one of the worst PLEs. I can't even call it a PLE. Pay-per-views. I can't even call it a pay-per-view. That was one of the worst pieces of crap the legend has ever seen. Oh my goodness. If you paid $30 for ESPN, you wasted your money. First of all, let's go ahead and start how this started. The platform ESPN, the app, would not load consistently. A whole bunch of lagging. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, how can you enjoy the show? Triple H, you say enjoy the show. You know what I'm saying? You can't enjoy the show when it's lagging, man. Like, and then it's like ads every 3 minutes. I didn't pay for it. Somebody else paid for it. I would never pay $30 to watch no raw type beat. You know what I'm saying? It was like a raw show, raw card. You had potential to be great, but oh my, we're not gonna get to it yet. But $30 a month, I know TKO, Triple H, y'all in debt, but $30, that's crazy, man. I don't understand that. The legend doesn't get that. But to expect people who never watch wrestling, who never watch WWE, you're going to give them this show. This reminds me of Raw on Netflix. Raw on Netflix was a great card, but you had so many people out of character. Nothing was congruent to the things we were seeing on TV. And then you had matches that just didn't matter. It was pretty slow. And the next week, guess what? Raw was back to normal. It didn't feel like it was on Netflix anymore. That's the same thing with WWE moving the PLEs to ESPN. Like it's a new era. Yeah, it's a new era. No, it's not. It's not a new era. You're lying. Everybody's getting hyped up because they're making a big move. That's the thing with this Triple H era, this TKO era. Great big moments, but the payoff trash. I mean, the translation through the new era is trash. So we're gonna go ahead and break this down. We're gonna go ahead and break this down, man. The legend's kind of upset, man. The legend didn't even want to talk about Wrestlepalooza. The legend didn't want to talk about it this weekend. But you know what? It's Monday. I got some time. I'm going to speak on it. First match, you got Brock Lesnar versus John Cena. Now I will say this. Those who expected an amazing fight between the two have not paid attention. This is Brock Lesnar returning, right? This dude looks like he just ate Brock Lesnar. He is bigger. He is more lean. I don't know. He's just bigger than what he was. He doesn't look flat. He looks extremely huge, bulked up. You can tell he has not missed a day in the gym. He has ate all of his sandwiches, all of his protein. And then you take John Cena. Now, John Cena, he looks great too, but this is his retirement tour. This is one of his last matches towards the end, and he's getting older. I don't know why people thought that this would be a long match, that this was not going to be a squash, and that John Cena will hold his own. He got squashed. That's how Brock Lesnar's matches work, especially against John Cena. But yet people are complaining and they talk about, Crown Jewel, there's going to be a rematch. For what? There was no build for this. There was no reason for the match. They just did the match to do the match. Brock Lesnar I don't think he's going to fight John Cena again. Why would he? For what? He ain't even explained why he fought him the first time. And Brock won. If Brock lost, then okay, you get a rematch. But he beat John Cena. John Cena goes all the way to the front towards the gorilla before he goes in there. He gives his heart to the people. Do you really want to waste another match? This has been the worst retirement tour of all time. I'm sorry. You had him turn heel at Elimination Chamber. Rock Travis got disappear. You have him turn face on a random SmackDown. Is that what the legend is hearing? That's what he's hearing, right? You can't even commit to that. And then his opponents, he faced Cody Rhodes twice. You know what I'm saying? I mean, freaking the YouTuber, but the people he couldn't face, like AJ Styles and obviously Edge or Cope, shout out to him, paying tribute to John Cena as well in AEW. But it's like, we get Brock, you want to waste another match with Brock Lesnar, who is most likely um, joining the division. Maybe not. I think it was a one-off, but you had Paul Heyman come out there and he announced Brock Lesnar, and then he was gone. He didn't. If he stood beside him ringside, then okay, he might be joining the division. But you know what I read is one comment. They said Brock Lesnar's not joining the division. He's going to be division in the vision. He's gonna split them all up. Come on, can you imagine Brock Lesnar falling in line with Seth Rollins? Come on, man, that's not gonna happen. And then imagine Brock Lesnar and Braun Breaker together. That's not gonna work out. Which Braun Breaker is another problem. We're gonna get to him as well. Not him specifically, but this just whole vision thing. But anyway, it was a squash match. It was a bunch of F5s. You know what I'm saying? And after the match, because Brock won, he F5s John Cena, he F5s the ref, and he leaves. I don't know why people expected more than that. It's Brock freaking Lesnar. So I still believe that should have been the main event rather than Cody Crybaby and Drew McIntyre, which was extremely disappointment. Not for me because I knew how it was going to end. But a lot of people assumed that The Rock, Roman Reigns, somebody was going to show up because Triple H said there's big surprises. And the only surprise we got is his wife, Stephanie McMahon. Credit where it's due. She deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. And The Undertaker, I guess those were two big surprises. But other than that, it's like we've seen Mark Calloway, no disrespect to him, ride on a motorcycle and yap. That's what he does now. We missed the dead man, but it's all good. But and then Stephanie, obviously getting her spot in the Hall of Fame. But other than that, what surprises? What other real surprises? You know what I'm saying? That was a surprise for Stephanie. That's a surprise for Triple H, I guess. But I mean, as far as the show, contribution to the show, come on, man. Especially people who never watched WWE, never watched wrestling, don't know anybody. There were no surprises. There were no real returns. But anyway, on to the next match. So I'm gonna go to the tag match. You had Jay, Jimmy versus the Bronsons, the Bronze, whatever they call them now. It's like they have been defaulted to a tag team. Bronson Reed is good on his own. He could have been great on his own. You have Braun Breaker, who still hasn't won a world title, who is great on his own. Unfortunately, they both have been lowered. They both have been condensed into a tag team with their similar names, and they're fighting for nothing. They're not fighting for championships. They're just fighting because they want to fight, and that's cool. That's cool. But I will say the only thing good is that they actually won because if they lost after they just lost to Roman Reigns and Jay, I would say the vision is just completely dead because you already had Seth Rollins lose as well. You know what I'm saying? Because it was Punk and AJ Lee, and we'll get to that. But it wasn't a bad match. I'm not a tag team match guy, but it was okay. Wasn't nothing crazy, nothing to talk about. Obviously, the story is not finished, and they're gonna need Roman Reigns back. They're gonna need the OTC. Wrestlepalooza needed Roman Reigns the OTC, but obviously he's streaming, and making Street Fighter. Now, I think the only problem I had with the match is, I guess Jey Uso busted his head open. Right, he busted his head open using his own chair. People keep saying he can't wrestle. I think he can wrestle. Do I think he could be world champion again? I don't know. He's been developing that attitude for it, but I don't know. We'll see. But there was a whole lot of complaints. He can't wrestle. He can't wrestle. That's Jey Uso. Why are y'all standing so super high for somebody who spent most of his years as a tag team wrestler? I think he's getting better. I think he needs to work on his spirit, but I mean, it's Jey Uso. He's not supposed to be Roman Reigns. He's not supposed to be the next Roman Reigns. He's just him, Uso. But not bad match. I think the next match I want to talk about is the world title. Stephanie Vacure. Now I feel like the timing is off. Congratulations to her winning the championship. I wish she would have beat Naomi. Obviously, that didn't work out because Naomi is having a kid soon. and that's straight. But they should have, I don't know, had her go for the Women's World Championship. Not World Championship. I don't want to say undisputed. The Women's Championship, whatever they call it on SmackDown, the one that Timu Mandy Rose has. Why not have Stephanie go for that title? I heard that she's injured. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what they're doing, why they're keeping the belt on her so long. She's not that great. She's not that talented. She's got a lot of work to do. She sucks on the mic. She's green. Yeah, that's just how I feel. She is no Mandy Rose. Shout out to her. But why? Why not have her go for that title instead of winning a vacant title? It's like we all knew Io Sky wasn't going to win. And I completely understand the situations that both of them were supposed to get their match for the title. Okay, got it. But I wouldn't be satisfied winning a vacated title. I really wouldn't. But it's okay. I still think it was a bit too early for Stephanie to win the title. You know, I would have waited a little long. She just got on the main roster. To me, even though she's really, really great, that's equivalent to giving Roxanne Perez the title. It's like it's early. She just got to Raw, but and I guess the worst part, somebody pointed out, is we're gonna see even less of her because anyone that picks up that women's world title, they're on TV less. I don't know what it is, Triple H, but you got to fix that. It's like your champions. They just don't be on the card. They defend their title on Raw or SmackDown, and they can't make it to the PLEs. Again, don't know the situation with Tiffany, but like, let's take the U.S. champion Sami Zayn. Where were the tag titles? Oh, where were the Wyatt Six on ESPN? Where was anybody? And then we get these matches that are poorly built up, like Cena and Brock Lesnar, like Cody and Drew McIntyre. Anyway, I think it was a decent women's match. It was all right. Congrats to Stephanie. CM Punk and AJ Lee. I would say that match tore the house down. AJ Lee, great job. No ring rust. Um, People complain about how she was fighting. I mean, think about the era she's transitioning from. All the cartwheel wheel slaps. That was Divas. That was Divas era. That's where she was in. So I don't get the complaints about that. CM Punk does what he does. Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch, they do what they do. There was one moment, I think what really made me upset about the match was all the tagging. AJ Lee got tagged in like 3 times, and I think she was already like legal. It was like the last tag. I was confused. I was like, she already made the tag. Why is she tagging again? I don't know what that was about. Maybe I was tripping watching it. Maybe the legend was tripping, but come on, man. I don't know what that was about. But I think the ending was flat. You know, I do understand AJ Lee, and she makes people tap out with her move. But if they were already in the ring, Becky at least, you know, but her just getting dragged into the ring to tap out, I mean, it just I don't know. It was this whole PLE was flat, man. It was flat. It was flat. But I will say it was all right match. They did pretty good. That was decent. I like that match. It went on longer than it should have, but it's okay. Now, the main event. This is the biggest disappointment because you had Cody Crybaby versus Drew McIntyre. Now, it was boring. It was literally boring. And it ended exactly how I feared it would end. I was like, man, I don't want these new wrestling fans, these actual ESPN subscribers to see their first impression of WWE. The last thing they see is Cody Rhodes holding up a championship when he hasn't defended it for 48 days. Yeah, everybody complained about Roman Reigns taking time off. Oh, he had a Street Fighter movie. Then why give him the title if you know he's gonna be gone? That's stupid. John Cena could have had the title for the whole run. He could have beat Brock Lesnar. I mean, we could have seen a heel John Cena versus face Brock. That would have been a lot more compelling, especially to get numbers on ESPN. Now the Legends here trying to bring the ratings up because the show sucked and it was flat. You have freaking Cody Rhodes beat Drew McIntyre because Drew McIntyre. This is what bothers me is these rules when things are okay and when they're not. All of a sudden in the match, they're doing all this crazy stuff, and now the ref is telling Drew, no, 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 kick him through the table. Now it's a problem. So he doesn't do that. He goes through the table anyway, misses Cody. And now he's injured and he's weak. Cody capitalizes and he pins Drew McIntyre. No Rock, no Roman, nothing special. It just ends with Cody retaining his championship. I'm like, bro, we just got the title off of Cody, man, and now it sucks again. WWE is trash. His PLE was garbage. It was hot garbage, man. I don't ever. I am not paying $30 a month. You were ripping people off, especially when Peacock. What was that, like $10 a month? Now you got to pay 30, and you still got to pay for Raw and Netflix. You know what I'm saying? And you got to watch what SmackDown on the, I believe USA. What is it? NXT on this CW brand. If y'all don't stop going to all these platforms, just pick one. Just move everything to Netflix. Move everything to ESPN. Stop trying to take everybody's money. And if you, man, I heard people complaining, the folks that actually went to the show, even though they saw The Undertaker, even though they saw John Cena for the last time, they still said the show sucked. And somebody said somebody stank so bad that they literally left their good seats and moved to where they couldn't even see in the nosebleeds, bro. That's how bad it was. It wasn't somebody, it was the show. They said somebody stank. No, 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 no. It was the show. It stank that bad. Horrible Wrestlepalooza. I don't want to hear that again, man. I don't even know if I'm gonna cover PLEs. I don't know if I'm gonna keep covering wrestling, man, because this is garbage. So finally, the legend has come back to bring up the ratings. I don't know what to say, y'all. I'm done. I'm done covering this crap. I'm not watching Raw because I know John Cena's not on it. Roman Reigns not on it. Those are, if The Rock, John Cena, Roman Reigns are not a part of it, I am not sitting there watching for 2 hours. I love AJ Lee is back, but that's not enough. All these returns, Brock Lesnar, I don't care. I don't care when y'all can't give us consistent storylines, when y'all can't put your own champions on the show, giving us 5 matches for $30. Good God. You make me sick, TKO. You make me sick, Triple H. You're better than this. You're better than this. Five, 5 matches, bro. Not 6, 5. And then commercials in between every single one, bro. I don't get it. I'm done. I'm done with my rant. So go ahead, subscribe. Maybe I'll review Raw if it matters. So stick to the script and you won't get flipped. And I'll see y'all when I see y'all.